Hi, I'm Jeanie Gallacher. I work within community mental health in Dumfries and Galloway, and I'm also a Queen's nurse.
And I'm Kelvin Frew. I'm also working mental health as a nurse in Dumfries and Galloway, and I'm a Queen's nurse.
The 10th to the 16th of May is Mental Health Awareness Week, and as part of that, we would like to have a chat about what people can do if they're worried about themselves or someone they know who is having any mental health difficulties. What can people do if they're worried about their mental health or someone they know who has mental health difficulties?
Well, I think it's fair to say that in this current climate, most of us have struggled from time to time with our emotions or our mental health in some shape or form. It's quite normal to be anxious, to be angry sometimes, to be down in the dumps and feeling isolated. And I think it's important to reflect that these things aren't necessarily signs of other problems. They're reactions to what's going on in our lives at this moment in time and perfectly normal. Most of them will pass in time. I think we like to adopt a kind of reach in, reach out approach in these situations where it's okay for us to reach out to other people and say, I'm having a tough time at the moment, I'm not feeling so great. And it's amazing how well talking to someone that you trust can make you feel. So don't be frightened to do that, I think is my advice. Reach out to people, say I'm having a difficult time, and see how you get on with that. I think also reaching in and helping other people is a very good thing to do, and I think we've all got a role here to support each other through difficult times. You don't need to speak to a professional at this point in time, but I think it's important not to ignore your feelings.
What would you advise if things continue to be difficult or get worse?
Well, I think the reaching out and reaching in approach still applies, but maybe this is a point where people need to think about things that they can practically do to try and help themselves feel a bit better about the situation that they find themselves in. So things that have worked in the past when you found yourself going through difficult times. We live in a very wonderful part of Dumfries and Galloway, so getting outside and doing something different, I think, can be very, very helpful. The theme of Mental Health Awareness Week this year is about nature, so why not take yourself out a walk, go and do something different. If you like gardening, go out and do a bit of pottering in the garden. Not things that take the problems away, but maybe help you just feel a wee bit better about your life and about what's happening, and help you gain some control.
What should someone do if things become much more difficult to manage on their own and starts to impact on daily life and relationships?
So I think this perhaps is a time when you do need to seek some professional help from your GP or the mental health nurse attached to the GP practice. They will help you kind of work out what it is that you need to do. They can try and help understand the problem and suggest some solutions about support or treatments that you might want to try. They can also refer you on to other services if that's required. I think it's really important to be very honest with your GP or the nurse and let them know exactly how you're feeling. Sometimes people try to minimise their problems, but it's important to be honest and upfront about that. And if you find that some of the things that are suggested aren't helpful, then equally important to be honest about that as well.
What would be advised if someone doesn't feel safe or needs some urgent support?
So when people are feeling down or when the world's not making much sense, I think that can be a really scary place. And sometimes people do need fairly urgent advice or help. So I think at this point, people are very often experiencing thoughts of suicide or life not being worth living anymore. Most of the time, these feelings and thoughts pass without any intervention from anyone, but it's important not to ignore those thoughts and feelings and to seek help immediately. And you can do that in a number of ways. You could contact your own GP again, like we said before, or contact NHS 24 and let them know that you're really, really struggling. They will advise you as the next course of action and get you help as quick as they can. So some key messages. It's okay not to be okay. Don't be ashamed of how you're feeling. These thoughts and feelings are very normal and they are in fact what make us human. So don't be frightened of them.
Reach out, let someone know how you're feeling and what is happening.
Someone that you can talk to, someone that you trust. Reach in if you know someone who is different, who doesn't appear to be coping as well. Reach out to them.
If things are not getting better, please speak with your GP or mental health nurse attached to your GP practice surgery.